Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters. India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
Anandanubhavaswadam sarvaroganivarakam Vande Papa Vinashaktam Nityanandaya Swagatam Nityamuktam Nirvikalpam Dhyana Pradipakam Vande Shantamayam Bandham Nityanandaya Swagatam Ananda Gandha Sancharam Sarvopadhi Vinirmuktam Vande Jnanalayam Natham Nityanandaya Swagatam.
I'll continue on the story of Trijnana Sambandar. Actually, whatever is happening, if I read out, that is exactly the Trijnana Sambandar story. That is exactly happened 2000 years before. Now it is repeating, that's all. In 1st century it happened, again in 21st century it is happening. In the 63 leelas of Shiva, please understand, 64 leelas are described, but one leela is presence, no action. That is why I am saying 63 leelas. 63 are only actions. The word leela can be attributed only to action, not for presence. So in that 64, one is presence, no action. 63 are action. In that 63, You will be surprised. The Leela done by Trinyana Sambandar, winning the Jain preachers through the fire test and water test is also added. Please understand. This means Jnana Sambandar was directly respected and accepted as Shiva's incarnation. That is the reason, even though this Leela is done by Trinyana Sambandar, it is added in the Leelas of Shiva. Please understand, all other Leelas, Shiva directly comes down and executes the Leela. Shiva assumes the human body and does the actions. But this one, winning the Jain monks and establishing the Saiva tradition, by the water test and fire test, it is done by Trinyana Sambandar, but it is added in that 64 Leelas. Means even at that time, when he was living in the body, he was recognized, accepted, worshipped as directly Shiva's incarnation. Leelas done by Tirunavukkarasar was never considered as Shiva Leelas. It is done by Tirunavukkarasar through the grace of Shiva. Leelas done by Sundarar was never recorded as Shiva Leelas. It is Leelas done by Sundarar through Shiva. But Leelas of Trinyana Sambandar directly recorded as Shiva Leela. So Jnana Sambandar was widely accepted, recognized, revered, worshipped incarnation of Shiva himself, Mahadeva himself. No other branch of Shaivism, no other tradition in the Vedic religion talks about Shiva's Leelas. Shiva was always considered to be the frozen Himalaya, frozen Kailash. Only Krishna was considered as flowing Yamuna, doing all Leelas, entering into the barren land, making it fertile, flowing through the valleys and hills, reaching the ocean. Leela means the pure consciousness entering into the matter, nature, Maya, Prakriti, and playing as it wants. It's like you have already completed PhD, but you casually enter the first standards class and you just do any mathematics given in the first standard book and any syllabus given in the first standard book. You read everything, you master everything, you memorize everything, you show all your powers to the first standard students. What will that poor fellows do? Leela is like that. The ultimate enters into the lowest possible existence and plays with all the powers. So naturally, what will all the first class students do? They will all clap. Oh, see this student, see this student. He knows everything written in our book. Hey, this fellow only can write like this many books. Oh, he will not know whatever is written in the book. I know the modern day youth is really suffering. Humanity has never faced this crisis I have created a 1-year program where you can study the spiritual truths.
Nitya Yoga practices to create healthy body, spiritual discourses to develop mental health, meditations that help balance emotions, kriyas to break mental patterns that create suffering, opportunity to express leadership qualities, techniques that improve creative skills. Learn to break all self-limiting barriers to achieve your dreams. Ananda Yogam.
I am providing a platform for you to think, meditate, contemplate and decide about your future. I am giving you 1 year free food, shelter, clothes, above all the spiritual education and intelligence and intuition to take decision about your future.
Every participant is taught the Vedic truths to live life as it leads in a nurturing ambience, along with inspirational spiritual education that helps bring out the best and achieve one's highest potential.
Youth across the world can come and spend an year in Ananda Yogam to work on you to discover your future, to discover your destiny or recreate your destiny. I'll open my house for you for 1 year completely free. Come and stay here, discover and recreate your destiny.
Interviews at Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru, 97422 03311.
Leela is the extraordinary consciousness landing in the lowest possible existence and playing. It was always attributed to Vishnu. The Leela aspect was never attributed to Shiva. In Hindu tradition, it was always attributed to Vishnu. Only Vishnu takes 10 avatars, 10 incarnations, comes as Krishna, comes as Rama, comes as Narasimha, does all divine plays, leelas. Never ever Leela was attributed to Shiva. Never ever the Shiva's leelas were absorbed, experienced, described, other than the tradition of Madurai Adheenam, the Veda Neri. Only in the tradition of Madurai Adheenam, such beautiful visual, detailed, factual, historical presentations of Shiva Leela is described. Shiva, assuming the body of lower frequencies like human body, pig body, so many lower frequency bodies he assumes and expresses the superconsciousness and plays with these powers. I tell you, just reading that 64 leelas, I wanted all the devotees and disciples all over the world to watch the Thiruvilayadal movie once more. Only 4 leelas are described in that movie. I am not saying whatever is shown in the movie exactly factual. It is not completely factual. The Dharmi, is shown like a comedian in the movie, but he is really a great devotee. He is not a comedian. He is a highly devoted, dedicated disciple of Mahadeva, Shiva. He only wanted little bit of money to perform his religious rite. Please understand, in those days, only if you are married, you will be allowed to touch the temple deity and worship. You can't worship the temple deity if you are not married. Even now, in Chidambaram, the Dikshitas, if they have to touch the main deity and worship, they need to receive an initiation which will be given only after marriage. So before marriage, you will not be allowed to touch the main deity and worship. That is why among the Dikshitas, even now the child marriage is common. By the age of 12, 13, even men get married. Because if you don't get married, you can't receive that initiation and do the puja directly. So this Dharmi, he was supposed to be initiated. He need to start the puja directly. Before that, he has to get married. So for that marriage, he did not have money. That is why he was asking Shiva to support him with a little bit of money. Only then the whole Leela started.
ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गम्।
ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवपुतो दयिषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः या च यशः शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिवा शरव्याया तवतया नो रुद्रमृडय या ते रुद्र शिवा तनोरघोर पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुभाषन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचागशीः या विशृङ्गिरिशन्तहस्ते विभष्ट्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां गुरुमाहिगुं सेः पुरुषं जगते शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अद्य वोचदधिभक्ता प्रथमो दैव्यो ऋषगे अहीहश्च सर्वान् जम्बयन् सर्वाश्च यादुत्राण्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुणपुत भभ्रस्व मङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षु श्रुता सहस्रशो वै शागुं हेडयीमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उदैनं गोपा
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bangalore, 562109. Contact 097422033311. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.